Apex fronts the capital, and the hotel gets the deduction. This is the number that stops people every time I show it to an owner.
Under the old commission model, hotels keep it somewhere between 40 and 50 cents on every dollar. Under Apex, after a one flat management fee, we're seeing that climb well past that, into the mid 60s to 70 cents on the dollar for a lot of properties.
Where do I sign? That's the reaction we want. Not that's interesting, not let me think about it.
Where do I sign?
Because this shift is happening now.
Every industry has a moment when it has to confront its own outdated systems. Welcome to Full Resolution. For years, Hospitality AV has operated on a model built around rentals, line items, and complexity. We helped build that system, and now we're here to challenge it. There's a clearer, smarter approach rooted in ownership, operational efficiency, and real revenue growth. Join us, and let's get this movement started.
Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. We've said that before on this show, and today we're going to show you 7 reasons why this model wins.
Welcome to Full Resolution. I'm Chirag Patel.
And I'm Martin Kwitschau. Chirag and I are walking you through this one together, and a couple of these points have graphics behind them. If you're listening instead of watching, we'll narrate everything on the screen. Let's talk first about 50% more net profit. Chirag, walk people through what they're seeing on the screen.
One full-service convention hotel, about $2 million a year in AV revenue. Under the old commission model, hotels keep it somewhere between 40 and 50 cents on every dollar. Under Apex, after a one flat management fee, we're seeing that climb well past that, into the mid 60s to 70 cents on the dollar for a lot of properties, depending on their cost structure, of course. On the specific example in that graphic, it's the difference between $800,000 and $1.2 million. 50% more profit, same $2 million in revenue, same guess.
So what you're saying is that the range moves depending on the property, but the direction never does.
Never. It's always more, because the money was never supposed to be leaving in the first place.
So Chirag, Apex fronts the capital, the hotel gets the deduction. This seems to be the number that stops people every time I show it to an owner.
Yeah, it's $0 out the door. Apex funds 100% of the equipment and installation, and the hotel captures all the tax advantages along the way. But here's the part that doesn't fit on that graphic. This isn't a set it and forget it install. Our commitment includes technology refresh throughout the term. So what the hotel owns at year 5 isn't aging inventory. It's fully embedded, professionally specified infrastructure, maintained and updated the whole way through, and no departing vendor can walk out the door with it.
So what you're saying is 0 risk going in, and it's actually worth more coming out the other side.
Yep, that's the whole pitch in one sentence.
When the hotel owns the revenue, what actually changes about how they compete?
Well, they control what they charge. Under the old model, pricing exists to protect the vendor's margin. Under Apex, the hotel can price to win group business instead. And that's a competitive weapon most of the comp set simply doesn't have access to.
That pricing you talked about, that is a lot of power that shows up before the group even books, doesn't it?
Yeah, right at the site inspection. Permanently installed infrastructure means every site visit is a live showcase, not an empty meeting room. Groups, of course, are going to sign faster when they can see and experience the capability on the spot instead of trying to imagine it.
What about after they have booked? What changes for the planner?
Well, that's the beauty of it, Martin. One price per attendee, everything's included. No more 200-line proposals, no surprise invoices. Planners know their number before they sign, and that's exactly why they come back.
Okay, we're coming into the home stretch now on our point, Chirag, and I want to be really clear on this next one, because it's come up in conversations, and I don't think we've said it plainly enough on this show. This is not a self-service model.
It's not. Apex places an on-site experience manager and a dedicated team at every property. The guest experience is staffed, managed, and owned by professionals who are there every single day. A hotel's client never touches a cable or run a system alone. That's not a nice to have. That's non-negotiable in how we operate.
And here's the last one that's important. Having 3 layers of production capability. This is the piece that answers what happens when a group is bigger than the room's permanent rig.
Well, the ballroom is the anchor. It gets a permanent, professionally specified installation built for maximum flexibility because it's the most versatile room in the building. From there, we've got 2 more layers. When a group's needs exceed the permanent rig, we stock supplemental inventory to fill the gap. And when the show really demands it, general sessions, large-scale productions, complex technical requirements, our production division deploys show professionals who work side by side with the local team and the client. 1 relationship, 3 layers of capability, and the hotel never has to go find a second vendor.
So let's stack all 7 of these next to each other for just a second. What do they add up to?
More profit on the revenue you already have. 0 cost and 0 risk to get there. Pricing power. A room that sells itself. A planner who trusts you enough to come back. A guest experience that's fully staffed, not handed to the hotel to figure out. And production capability that scales from a boardroom to a general session without ever leaving the relationship.
Individually, any one of those is a reason to switch. Together, there's no rational argument left for staying with the old model. Where do I sign? That's the reaction we want. Not that's interesting, and not let me think about it.
Yeah, where do I sign?
If that's you, and you want to know more about what we're doing at Apex, visit us at amsishospitality.com and run through your own numbers.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Full Resolution.
Because this shift is happening now.
We'll see you all in the next episode.